Hey boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by, checking out another video. I greatly appreciate it. I'd also appreciate if you took the time to leave a comment and give me some feedback. I got a new video camera as well as audio system that I'm going to try out, and hopefully it works really well. Let me know, give me some feedback so I know how to make better quality videos and stuff. I live in town and there's a lot of noise. In fact, I just had somebody walk in my yard start talking to me, interrupting the video first go around here. So hopefully we'll be able to complete this in one take. I would like that because I don't like doing much editing. So I've been on a kick for fixed blades, everyday carry pocket fixed blades. I've been trying to find something that carried well and find a really good solution for it. So I brought out my bag of knives. We'll do a couple of comparisons and things to it. As everyone, or most people know, I really like the Hogue Deca. It's a super fine little knife. Carries great, good edge, good company, USA made. Checks all the boxes. The one thing with my work is sometimes I get into some greasier, grimier areas, some dusty and just crap. Everybody knows, or if you don't know, a folding blade can collect a lot of junk in it over time, so you have to do a full tear down basically to get everything out. So if it has bearings at the pivot or if it has washers, it's a little bit better, but still in the locking mechanism and all that stuff just kind of collects in them, in and out of your pocket lint even, just kind of collects in it, to where I've been wanting to find a fixed blade as a good solution that I could carry and would work very well. And I think I may have found one. I've carried it for the past week here. Let me see if I can just set this over here. So I have it to where I can actually see on my phone what I'm recording at the same time. And the title should say it. It's a very good knife company, Mantis. I've carried it for probably a solid week and a half, 2 weeks, ever since I got it. I threw an Alti clip on it to start with, and I'm not a fan of the Alti clip because it's sharp on the edges right in this area. This isn't the Alti clip. I can't remember who makes this. Another USA made company. They make stabby knives, more combat oriented, but very thin, very smooth, but still not quite perfect. It hooks on nice and tight. I don't know if you can see that hook down in there, if we can focus a little better, but it works. But I think I'm going to try making my own, or designing my own clip, pocket clip. I work with a machinist company. They're a customer of mine, and I've talked to them about that, and they seemed, they're willing to do that. It's just whether or not that I can design something that's simple enough that it's easy to machine, to keep the pricing, reasonable, not too crazy, but also just, oh, that's my phone there in the corner. So I'm trying to figure out what was going on there. Maybe I can set it up this way, but just something that's not too crazy in price, something that I can resell it for, without having to charge so darn much for things. So back to this knife anyways. So the Mantis, it carries very well. In fact, I would say it carries just as well as the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. They both are fairly thin in the pocket. See if we can get this to set up so you can kind of see thickness side by side. The handle sticks out of the pocket just slightly. The pants that I wear are kind of a dress mechanics pants, so this almost tucks up with the line where it cuts down, so it's not really obtrusive on there. Blue jeans being a more horizontal cut across the pocket, this would stick up a little bit, but not too awful bad. Well, it'd stick up that far. The way this bells out makes it easy to slip in and out of there. The weight is about the same as the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Maybe a touch heavier, and that's probably one of the reasons why it carries fairly well, is because of how light it is, as well as how thin it is. The biggest thing about carry is getting the right, clip and the right sheath and all that. Just kind of personal preference on where it rides with what clothes you're wearing and stuff like that and everything. It can be, I'd say, the hardest part of an everyday carry fixed blade. It does carry better than the Doug Ritter Hogue, which, great knife, a beast of a knife. I mean, this thing's fantastic in a lot of ways. But it is every bit as heavy, if not more. It is a little thicker, and it just doesn't carry quite as streamlined as the Paramilitary 2. And has a little bit of, heft to it, though. Let's go ahead and pop this out of here. The fit on this sheath is nice and tight. Everything that Very Good Knife Company does is above its price point. I really think this is an excellent value for the price that you pay for this. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I think $135, $145. It's Nitro V steel, so it will, it will be very corrosion resistant. I myself, carrying things in my pocket or as my neck knife, have been able to darken S35 VN steel over a little bit of time. So it will probably darken for me some, but I'm not too worried about it. Came with a great edge. I've not done anything with this yet. I did strop it, so I just did a little stropping, but everything he does is just so tight. I mean, the fit, the finish, everything is just fantastic, which is really nice. Let me see if I can get things so I can see it better here, make sure I'm focusing on it. But are we there? Not yet. A little tighter, a little closer. There we go. So, still trying to get my focusing distance. Like I said, this is a new camera, so still trying to figure out how far away, how close, and everything I can be, how the autofocus works. But the way these materials mate is seamless. I mean, his tolerances on this are fantastically tight and smooth. I don't know of another knife company that is any better. You couldn't be any better. That's all there is to it. You could not get a better fit on this no matter what you did. It is perfect. You cannot feel a nick, a click, or anything across there. It is just so super smooth. He's changed everything to stainless steel Corby screws now. They were brass on some of them, which to me, I like the look of brass, but I guess it would corrode for some people over time. The fit in the hand is really good. And yes, I do have a long thumbnail. I do have a long fingernail. Leave a comment about it. Say whatever you like. I don't care, but I peel sometimes 100 stickers in a day. And you know what? That's the best tool I found to use. There's nothing else that can kind of dig under those and start peeling those stickers off of the labeling system that we use. So, get your whining out of the way. Go ahead. Let's argue about it. I don't care. Back to this knife, though. The geometry seems to be about perfect for what I need it for. I like this kind of shape. I like how it isn't too pointy on the end for a work knife, for a pocket work knife, because I'm not as worried about it stabbing me or something going into the pocket. Obviously it would, but since this is belled out fairly well here, it's not hard at all to go in and tell where I'm hitting at and get her in the hole. I guess I've had enough practice on getting things in the hole that it's not a bother. But yeah, there's not much more I can say about it other than I need to put it to more use, more work. I'll probably cut me some taters and onions with it and see how that goes on things. And I think it'll be, full flat grind. It looks like a slicey little chef knife almost, but it's got some heft to it. It's not heavy, but it's solid. It's dense. Everything about it is just You pick it up and it feels like one solid piece. This handle, the way that he does that, just makes it almost feel like it does. It feels like one solid piece. So some other knives that I have that I can compare it to real quick are, well, we have this one here, which is the White River Sendero pack. Great little knife. If I had the right sheath for that, that would probably be something I would carry every day, but I haven't been able to find the right sheath. It has a nice leather sheath with it, or that you can get for it. White River on their Kydexes. Let me see about just pulling this knife off my neck and show you what I'm talking about. And I'll get this one out here too while we're at it. But my neck knife, which is my White River M1 Backpacker Caper Pro whatever. But the White River sheaths are thin. So that makes it a lot harder to find in the pocket. And since it's a pointy little thing, this is a nice little stabby, knife. I'd have to have a different sheath to be comfortable carrying that in my pocket. I tried it very, very quickly, realized that, although I'm fairly good at hitting the hole, I'm not that good. I was wandering and struggling too much and taking too much time in and out of the pocket. So, set that to the side. Another one that I think, if given the right sheath for it, a nice little Kydex sheath, would be fantastic to carry in the pocket. A little larger, still a, fairly heavy knife. And again, this is an LT Wright. Their fit and finish is phenomenal as well. Almost second to none. Any of these knives, these knife companies here, I'd argue it's very hard to get a much better fit and finish than them. LT Wright, as fantastic as they are, I don't want to say it this way, but that is not as refined as White River or as Very Good Knife Company, which is almost amazing to, even throw that out there, because you ask anybody who's had an LT Wright knife, they're great. Their fit and finish is fantastic. This one is scratched up like that because I cut into it to add some texture to it, just to make it more grippy. It's a thin blade, but I love that knife. That knife is fantastic. Realistically, if I could afford it, I would buy 4 of those knives just to be able to give my daughters each one. But them being at $220, $230 a piece, I just can't afford it. However, this little guy here, I think I paid $145 for it. The LT Wright is in the same kind of price range. I think it's a little cheaper. I can't remember with the sheath or not there, but it's not overly priced either. Value for money, I tell you, LT Wright and Very Good Knife Company are probably the best value for dollar for quality that I've found. It's been fantastic. So, yeah, you got any questions about these? Let me know. I'd love to be able to answer them, be able to kind of help out on it some. I need to put it to more use. I need to, cut me some onions and taters and, work a bit more with it. But carrying it for, a week and a half or so, I'm not noticing it anymore. It's carrying really, really great for my setup. So this will be, my work knife, my pocket work knife for the foreseeable future. I don't have to worry about cleaning it, a full breakdown every month or whatever. It's going to work great for my purposes. But I do want to put it to some use and put it comparative against a few things and see how it pans out and everything. If there's something that you would like to see it up against that I have, let me know. I guess I can go ahead, since I have this one out, throw out my White River M1 Backpacker. And you can see they're right in that same size point. Both great knives. But I feel like I'm rambling now, so make sure to like, subscribe, give me a comment. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you made it this far, you are a champion by all means, because I know I just ramble on at times. Thanks, and have a great day.